so
All right, boys,
eloquent.
game 5.
He
Here
said,
we
just
go. Is it
do
going to
what
be
you normally
KT or is it going to
do.
be T1? Honestly,
And now
like,
he just has to do it for one
even
more
if KT
game.
loses, like, you guys did
Setup
amazing,
in
right?
the
You
mid
made it
lane
all the way
matchup,
to the
range versus
finals, and you made it
melee.
to the very
So
end.
much
Like, what
time
more
for
could you ask
Smolder
for?
to
Obviously, like,
scale for free.
you'd want to win finals. But if they lose, it's like you can't even be that upset because it's like you made it. You
Tongues
literally made it to
erupting
the
in
end. You could
cheers for
not
the
go
final
any
game.
farther. You were one game away from win. So
Level 1
hopefully they do
setups,
win,
keeping an
and it's
eye
like the
out
most
for any
amazing,
creative options
you
from
know,
both sides.
Cinderella
Just long
story.
lines of
If
scrimmage,
they lose, whatever.
respecting
It's
each other's
T1.
sides of the
You're
jungle.
expected to lose to T1
Neither side
anyways, right? You know
wants
what
to
I'm
be
saying?
the team to give up
But damn, bro,
first blood
another T1 finals? Like,
or
really?
offer any
Is
early
that really gonna
mistakes to the
happen? I hope
opposition.
not. Let's go,
One
boys.
thing I do
It's
want to
about to be
highlight
crazy.
for
Can we have
KT
a banger
specifically is the
game
value of
5?
Mercs. Looking at the CC that's available on T1, Taunts,
It's about to be
the owner,
crazy, man.
even the owner's W, definitely going to get good amount of value from that, as we do have a little bit of pressure being put out here by Dom as he makes his way down. Low auto, but nothing too crazy here in the level 1.
And of course, for a lot of this series, it's been about bot priority, and it's been about the junglers. We take a look at how Cuz and Owner have performed. Last game, no doubt, a masterclass from Owner. But here, comfort for Cuz. On Sejuani, a proactive option for Owner. We know what he can do with those semi-globals. Eyes are on them to make these early game plays, even as we see the laning phase begin.
Can we add Smite's hit to that list of stats as well?
I don't know. I think one person might be a little bit more favored, although credit to Cuz and the Mundo Cleaver steal is Perfect and Doran just trading blows.
Camille, one of those champions that I think has a really funny power curve. We're like level 1, level 2, level 3, you're feeling great. First base, not too bad, and then you're basically just praying until you hit your Triforce. As Carrier goes in.
Takes a
Oh
tower
my
shot.
god, big tower shot.
Trying to zone away, make the most of that level 2 power.
If he got auto in the tower, bro, he'd be
Dumb
hurting right now. If I was Pete, I would have flashed auto his ass.
And BDD is going to be trying
It's also
his
hard
best
because
to
your auto attack is
farm
so
as many
slow on
stacks as
Nautilus until you
possible
have your
and
W.
keep this Galio lane locked. If Galio isn't able to make impact in sides, especially in the early game, it's going to make it a lot harder for T1 to find plays as, oh, look at Owner. He's diverted his pathing. He's looking for top. That's a classic.
Perfect. Needs to back up. Level 3. Getting lower and lower. Last right's offering a bit of healing. The tactical sweep there from Doran to slow him down. Owner.
Oh, is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. You
First
can't. It's a
blood
point and
for
click
T1.
Pantheon, bro. You
Doran's
can't do anything
Camille
about that.
takes it.
The 3-camp gank from Owner. The price you pay is usually counter jungle, and since Faker is getting pushed in, since the Smolder has priority, it does allow Cuz to exact that price.
TP back to the lane. Luckily for Perfect, Doran hasn't had a chance to spend that gold yet, so we'll still need to play with a little bit of respect.
And Perfect has had such an incredible tournament, but when the criticism towards him was the heaviest was when he fell behind early. It's been a big test for him to try and not fall deeper down the hole once it started. Many an LCK team in playoffs throughout the last 2 years have made that their goal, and this is his biggest test yet in the final game here at Worlds.
And it's a very worthwhile investment from Owner to do the top side 3-camp into gank, sacrifice his blue buff, because if you look at the comps overall, getting the Camille ahead is essential for this team, for the ability to play your side lanes later, for the ability for Doran to dive in on his Camille, Hextech ultimatum into Gallia ultimate lockdown. The possibilities here are critical for T1 and Owner back on the war path.
Owner recognizes what he needs to do. It's
Ooh.
snowball backstep good from BDD.
That was
Faker
close.
Tried to go for the angle, the flash, the justice punch, hoping it would carry him back just far enough.
That was
to
so
instantly
close,
connect
man.
The knock-up.
A swing and a miss from the GOAT.
Faker no coward. If you go for the reverse punch, the time to respond is the shortest. But BDD doesn't even have to use flash himself, just walks it off. And this means that Faker is now in an even deeper hole because BDD actually having so much threat here in mid.
Yeah, it's a critical breakpoint because Galio lane does really revolve around, do I have jungle pressure to put threat behind when I move up in lane and try and taunt you? And now you don't have that pressure at all.
Q forward, sidestep, the taunt, Faker, turning it back, BDD, one more auto,
Oh my god, it was so close.
BDD!
He almost
No
walked away and
hesitation,
wasn't in
must have
attack
known that
range.
was gonna kill him.
Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, Doran locked down with the pandas. Cuz on the way up.
Ooh,
Not
just
connect
barely.
with the flail. Doran barely able to walk away.
They didn't want to use the flash knowing that Doran's still at his. But we are getting explosive here. No slow early game in this game 5.
And BDD, he goes for that dive. You know, he does invest his flash, so that is something critical to look at. Owner is back and ganking again.
Oh, yep. Flash W, flash Q W, flash E stun. You're just dead, bro. What are you gonna do? You're just dead. This top lane is getting worse.
Owner flashes in so that Doran can then also close the distance, flash into melee range, and save the hook shot for the answer flash from Perfect, securing the kill.
And this is something that, again, we've seen KT struggle with. We've seen Perfect struggle with. Yorick, he just goes for the call, and his team at least will be able to find on the cross map the ability to get this dragon, but he needs to stem the bleeding, because if Doran gets out of control, this game becomes nigh unplayable for KT.
That it does, especially for BDD, the strongest point on the team currently, even as we see gold leads get bigger for Owner, and Doran cannot let the Camille start to take over. Perfect needs to stem the bleeding. You highlighted it so well. It's one of the few things that we haven't seen from him yet this tournament is now the hookshot wall dive is there. Dom flashing away, but Owner's on the way as well.
Oh my god. Peter's dead. He has flash, but I think he's still dead because point and click. Ooh, that was a max range Q. He's still dead. Carrier might die. The health pot. Yo, T1 turning up in the last game, boys. T1's gonna do it.
And Peter could not fully push the wave in, and so T1 counts.
And that's the
Holy.
He snipes him, and that salvages the play.
From downtown, Doctum on the Ziggs finds the play to salvage it for KT in the final game. As T1 were building a gold lead, he chops it back down a little bit.
And it's again the power of Pantheon, Leona, Camille. If you're slightly too far up in the lane, you will just get 100 to 0.
Area. Baseball this out, Owner waiting off to the side. Cuz level 6. Critically, Spike comes through. Cuz immediately going to retreat. Red buff steal, a nice little advantage for the side of KT.
And they have to be careful there because there is obviously the possibility of Faker going for an ultimate there, so he can't really commit to the fight. BDD can damage him, but he cannot stop that ult. Doesn't have the tools available. And we do see the gold lead for Doran still there. Gold lead for Owner as well, and the resilience of KT. As we have seen these early games swing in the last 2 games. First couple of games it was in their favor. This time around it's T1.
Yeah, Owner has been on a mission, creating so much with this Pantheon. Cuz though, has level 6 on the Sejuani, so the possibilities of your plays become that much greater. He starts out the grove with the confidence. BDD does have priority of mid, and it's just going to be the one for now.
KT have to be so respectful of the sheer quantity of CC on the side of T1. Also, all of their burst damage so heavily telegraphed makes it very easy for Doran with the ultimate, for Owner with the Aegis Assault, to just mitigate all of that burst and turn a fight right back around.
There's no mercs yet for KT. What I do love is that often in a game 5 in Fearless, we end up with comps that don't have engage. This is kind of the opposite. Both teams have amazing hard engage. We have Nautilus on one side, with Sejuani to back it up. Then the Camille Galio,
Baker.
Leona combo is
moving
Dog,
down.
this
That's
top
the
laner's
combo.
dead again,
Locks him in the
0-3.
ultimatum. Finds the damage, the taunt is there, and Doran takes another.
Baker Galio in game 5 World Finals here does make the move for the guaranteed play. These 2 ultimates, when they are available, you know T1 can look for it. It does allow, of course, the push in. You see the mini-map, BDD shoved in the wave, but they're not going to get much out of it.
It's just not going to compare, right? Look at Perfect State. I wouldn't be surprised if Doran with that is going to be at least close to his Triforce, sitting on a 1k gold lead, and that is such an insane spike, particularly when you're playing in like a Triforce versus Triforce matchup, right? Doesn't quite have it yet. But Perfect, he needs to find a way to make an impact because he is currently just fodder for T1.
That he is. Luckily for him, the Trinity Force completion does not come through for Doran because very rapidly Doran is going to be a problem not just for Perfect in the isolated 1v1, but for BDD, for Dom as we get ready for these bigger fights, and that is really going to be the break point that KT are terrified of.
Yeah, the game looks so hard to play for those KT carries that you mentioned. So many forms of dive from T1 will be looking to take them out.
And it's the entirety of T1 also playing, right? This isn't Perfect getting 1v1. It's one gang from Owner, two gang from Owner, gang from Faker as well. And you see Perfect, this lane state just kind of disastrous. Not really going to be able to make anything happen there, and instead just paths top. But that means that this gold lead is going to remain the way it is, and there it is for Doran. Triforce in the pocket, TP used.
Sundered Sky as well. Two incredible power spikes for the coming objectives. 30 seconds until Chemtech Drake spawns. It won't be a soul of Mountain or Chemtech. Very likely to be critical for either team to deny this soul. And at this point, getting harder and harder for KT to find angles. They have to give up a little bit of space, but at least they have their first items completed. Heartsteel for Cuz, the Essence
Come on,
Reaver,
boys.
the Luden's Companion.
You can do it, KT. Come on, boys.
Doran, though, that is very painful. The Q2 is really going to hurt. Let's see if they can make a play, though. Away from the top lane is not that bad for KT.
Peter, ready to input buffer on the hook.
Look at Doran, though. He's moving down. If Doran comes, that's the over 1,000 gold lead coming over.
Shutdowns on Doran and Owner, just showing us where all of the money is for the side of T1. 1,000 individual gold lead over Perfect. BDD zoning, poking while he can, dodges out on the tactical sweep, but uses the flap, so needs to be careful for at least a few more seconds.
That's Drake just gone.
Yeah, KT
got the first one, not the second one, as T1 picks this one up. And the one item spike for T1 is frankly disgusting. Also want to highlight, Faker is one of the few Gallios that we've seen, at least in the US, consistently do this. He just builds full damage, right? We've seen him both go for like a more hybrid build where you go for Zhonya's and main utility, but he is not afraid to just full send it, and it does make the itemization harder, right? If he goes for tank, then you can stack a lot of armor, can make actually finding the angles onto this KT backline a little bit more tough, as it's Cloud Soul, which feels apt for a LCK final game 5. I don't think we've gotten one yet this series.
Doran again, finding these angles. The good news for Perfect is Yorick's power in the 1v1 means he can at least survive a little bit here in what should be a very one-sided matchup. But obviously with Owner poking his head around on the top side of the map, he's still very vulnerable. Yeah, you have to be cognizant of this Pantheon ultimate at all times. Thankfully for KT, they still have their tower standing for now. But for how much longer will that be true? T1 make a pretty heavy movement into the jungle. Look at the river pings. Nobody actually goes for the engage, though, and the crab will be secured by KT. Good shadow from Owner, looking for a potential angle of attack there on the top side, looking to put Perfect even further behind, but Doc Dom, of course, with access to that Mega Inferno Bomb, can immediately clear the wave and make that a lot more of a tricky proposition. T1 don't need to take any risks. They've got a gold lead, they've got a dive comp that's already accelerated.
And for Perfect, like you can't fix your wave. There's a Camille, you know there's a Leona nearby, and there's Pantheon with ult as well. So unless KT sends someone up, and Cuz thus far hasn't found impact in this game, not a Heartsteel stack to be found. There is obviously the promised land, right, where KT is going to try and get to the point where BDD is his stacks, Doc Dom is at his third item, and Yorick is one of those champions that I think always will get value if you get a little bit of time alone inside, but T1,
at least they have the crazy wave clear.
Get to that point, you're gonna have to fight tooth and nail.
But I just don't understand, like, what's the point of having Smolder mid and then Ziggs bot side? You know what I mean? Does Ziggs just get clapped in the mid lane? So they sent Smolder mid?
The real interesting thing,
or they were trying to bait a certain matchup?
Side lane turrets do end up going down, if they can still remain safe then, if they can actually still play the map then. Because currently, we have plenty of defenses to work with.
Or was this just like a Hail Mary pick out of BDD?
Back and forth, and it's gonna be about
like, we're just going to play for scale.
But as you open up the map, that's when the true plays begin.
Ooh, nice sidestep, bro. Guma's insane. Nice sidestep, bro.
Small advantage to the side of KT.
Holy.
But ultimately, KT doing what they can with the Ziggs to hold control of the mid lane. Do not want to concede that priority as Carrier just continues
He's
to lay
just
down
so
vision
good, man.
for Doran on the top side.
BDD currently at 116 stacks. Want to get to that break point of 225 as soon as humanly possible. Currently looking to be slightly behind the curve.
Doc Dom.
He's done. Oh, he was right outside of the MF ult. That's crazy lucky.
The cancel there as well. Peter has his buddies back.
Bro, Doc Dom W right there was so nice.
Oh, perfect.
On the way up.
He's dead again.
Doran, though, he's got backup. Owner on the way in, locked
Oh
once again.
my God, he's just dead, right?
Perfect living for an extra second. The Q2 coming through just in time. KT
The
want to
pressure they're
punish,
putting on top
but a
lane
little
this
bit
game
too
is
late.
insane. 0-4.
Again, the
That's
York is
disgusting.
just food for T1. Guma's got to get out of there, though. He has his
Yeah, Guma has
struts.
mad movement speed.
Even
He's
though
safe.
he doesn't have his flash, he can walk away.
This is
Again,
crazy.
it is just so hard to play side lanes. Even with towers there, T1 can still force it and still find a pick. KT, the consolation prize will be the Rift Herald, though.
No one can really catch this wave, though. They don't want to use the Ziggs ult. It looks like BDD is going to make his way over now.
Plus, you're losing bottom side power there with Galio just up at the turret. Faker pushing on that bottom side tower with the power of the extra 2 Void Grubs. A little bit of extra damage, a few more minions.
The saving grace for KT is that they have gotten a dragon. That is often what can be the decider between Smolder hitting the 225, which thus far, Split 3 in Worlds has been at 22 minutes, 34 seconds on average.
Yep, well ahead of schedule. BDD still comfortably farming despite kind of the struggles of the team overall. Will be a major concern as we get later. As powerful as Smolder is, it's not really Smolder. You still need to be able to survive Doran's initial engage, survive Owner's initial engage, not get caught in those big taunts or wombo combos from Guma.
Yeah, the dream for this KT squad is to be able to poke with your Ziggs as well as your Smolder once you get to your rapid fire. But what counters poke? It is hard engage. Peter, though.
Aegis Assault still there. Flashback into the blast cone. Going to keep Owner standing, but likely means KT will be able to secure the second objective here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, though, it's push in favor of T1. And we talked about Ziggs destroying towers, but Doran, with this Trinity Force, also will just eat through that objective. KT splitting their focus. Is it going to cost them? Faker.
Second Drake is big.
Access to the ulti.
They're just going to give this
T1
up?
might just be a little bit late here. Cuz desperately needs to smite.
Oh, they're just going to fight.
Doesn't quite
Again,
connect.
just
Crucially,
failed
Doctom able
ulti.
to get out for a brief
Wait,
moment.
Doran?
Doctom's
just dead? Oh my
Ulti
God, the
going
amount
in.
of CC
Doran
they just hit him
is
with.
down. BDD still standing the exhaust, managing to take him a little bit lower, but Gumayushi sits on the back line completely.
I mean, Yorick did
untouched.
absolutely
BDD
nothing in this fight, and you
finally
also
able
don't
to
want to be...
start opening
Oh
up as Owner
my
gets one
God,
back in
Owner.
return. Perfect
I was going to say, you don't want to be
is
fighting
here
in
to
in
keep
the
his
jungle
mid laner
versus
alive.
these two
And there
champions,
you go.
Smolder,
KT
Ziggs.
find an angle to keep it close.
That's 2 shutdowns for BDD. And they get the second dragon as well.
This dragon could get huge. The Rift Herald goes down mid immediately. That was just after a 2-for-2 trade.
Yorick
And the
legit did
dragon
nothing that
already
fight.
went to
I want them to
KT.
show damage dealt that last
1.5K
fight so we could just laugh at the
individual
damage.
lead. KT do not want to stick around any longer.
And we want to highlight again, this is not the Smolder Revolt where you hit your stacks, that's it. You actually need your items. As we take another look,
Look, Yorick's in Tri-Bush. Then he's zoning Galio, realizes he can't stop Galio ult,
and look at that ult from Cuz.
and then he just starts
CC's
walking
DNF,
over.
and the damage isn't quite there.
Still,
And
no
then
damage out
when
of
the
Yorick.
Galio ultimate finally does come in, BDD and Doctom, they
He
kite
threw a
back
W
in
over the
by
wall,
red buff.
but that's
It's
not
just
really
that
doing
Owner
anything.
goes in, he sees the angle to
He
stun
queued.
up
He queued
Doctom
once.
and go for
He queued
another
once.
1-for-1 trade.
Herald also dropped over the wall, I believe, just to give a safe exit if needed. KT, again, the gold lead was starting to feel insurmountable, but they brought it closer. PDD,
Look, he did 1,200
unfortunately
damage.
for
Actually,
him,
you
the
know what?
reality after that fight
He
is
did
as
a
well as he
decent amount of
played, there is
damage.
now a target on his
But
head.
Nautilus did
But, yeah, I mean,
legit
fortunately for
200
you,
less damage
now
than
he's
him.
also going to be way richer. So there's a target on your head. There's a
I mean,
wanted
Doran
user up
and
for
Yorick
you,
absolutely did nothing,
you
but
are
Doran
rich.
did
2
throw
items
out his
and that
ulti, so
rapid
he was
fire is
useful,
what we
right?
were looking for. The poke
That ulti
frequent
being able to
here
just point and click and just
for
lock
KT.
someone down
They
is
actually hit it
OP.
fairly early. Being able to poke now with rapid fire, with the Ziggs, it puts even more pressure on T1 to engage. Normally, the counter to poke damage is hard engage, but you can't mess it up.
There's also Ziggs, who, as disengage goes, really were even able to, I think that's what Doctom tried to go for. You can interrupt the Pantheon like mid-jump, right? If you get the timing right. No defensive or no offensive satchels I do hope from Doctom because both him and BDD are going to be prime targets. Perfect. Just going to have to try his best to just have an impact in any way he can. As we do see, KT desperately want to hold on. With Otacon spawning, you want to hold on to his bot lane turret. Don't want to give that one up. And with the wave clear of BDD and Doctom, they should be good to go.
Galio's roaming. Be careful. This is 2-item Camille, 2-item Doran.
Guma as well.
Tension builds on both sides. The Otacon, the crucial objective. T1 hold on to a 2,500 gold lead, but an Otacon Shirley would push it over the top. TP into bottom lane from Dokdom. Has access to the ultimate. The flash is up for everybody on the side of KT except for Cuz.
Are they going to send it? I feel like you kind of have to with the teleport being invested from Dokdom there. We'll see if they actually do want to make a real commitment. Could get some summoners out of T1, but it doesn't look like they want to take the gamble.
Perfect also about to be taunted up. Has to be careful. They have so much damage here. Doran, of course, just reset the tower aggro, but he is locked down.
Oh my god, he's dead. Ooh, the ulti? Nah, it's not enough. KT's gonna do it. Wait. Ooh.
But she will not connect.
The dark procession from Perfect. It got them so much, and now they're opening to get the tower, the extra gold as well. KT.
Yo, and then you just have... Okay, so Smolder mid, your champ already scales, right? So now you're in the mid lane, and you're also scaling with XP, right? So you're just a higher level, and you also have the insurance from your stacks. So I see the Smolder mid vision. I just don't know how good it would have been to have. You know, like, how much of an impact is the Smolder going to have? I mean, he is 4-1 right now, but let's see.
Dokdom, no ulti available. Decent poke. Owner Faker here. The TP's used. T1 making the fast play happen. KT caught reeling too far behind.
Dude, Ziggs is hurting. I guess Ziggs like is gonna do damage no matter what, right?
Dokdom here.
And you want Ziggs in the lane with the support because he'll just. Ooh, okay, he gets it. Because he'll get, you know, he'll get the farm and not be contested. Peter, what are you doing? What? What was that? Oh my god, that's 2 dead. What is KT doing? Get out of there. Abort. What?
T1 get Otacon and ace KT. A triple kill for Guma and T1.
What are we doing, boys? You already lost the objective. Why are you trying to fight? And why is Peter in the middle of an MF ult? He walked away out of it and then came back into the MFR. What are we doing, bro? Are you serious? Bro, this is literally T1 every single game. Well, this game they were ahead early, but usually they're down early, and then all of a sudden mid-game there's a look at Peter. What are you doing? But bro, T1 will just randomly have a fight like this. Like they just randomly have this fight where they just ace everyone, get the objective, and then get another objective or towers. Like what the hell, man? How do they do it on repeat, bro? What is this team?
No escape for Dokdom.
And there, it's the call from KT is to try their best and force a fight because
like KT or T1 is just insane, man.
Right, just walks to his death. Then Cuz tries to hard force, and that desperation now feels apt. Because for KT, this is a almost 6K goal deficit.
Man, I'm so salty. I want KT to win, bro. I can't believe it, man.
And good stuff from Guma. It has to be said. The Yunara game was not good, but the bounce back here in this game 5, the bounce back in the Callista game to really take over. This man, again, unfazed by the pressure placed upon him. 3,000 individual gold lead. He conceded his pick early. He was willing to see the Ziggs on the other side, and now the MF that he picked so late in the draft is doing so much work.
There's a bottom side play at the moment. Cuz was kind of peeing and looking for a possible play onto Faker, but Faker backs off. He has the sense. He's not going to become a
Come on, boys.
And it's T1 who start up the Otacon and try and draw KT into that fight. They kite back through the Tribush very nicely. It's in these moments, these big moments, Game 5, all the pressure on, the entire world watching. And T1 claim a huge advantage in the game, but it's not over yet.
No, it's certainly not. No flash on Guma after the previous fight, no flash on Faker. Doran has access to his as well as the Hex.
I mean, this game's looking rough for KT, I can't even lie. 6.3K gold lead on T1. Again, Guma Yushi. Every single game he's shining. Every single game Guma's shining.
The luxury is that they have dragons, so they don't need to be forced into a fight. The unfortunate reality, though, is that in 20 seconds, T1 is going to start Baron. We all know it is inevitable at this point. And Shadow Flame's done for Dokdom. Third item for BDD plus the breakpoint, but they're going to have to find a miracle fight to stay in this game, because if they lose, this one's over.
And the reason you start that Baron is to draw KT out in the open, so they can actually find the engage onto BDD. The hope there, he has no flash on Smolder. He may be the one with a gold lead. He may be the one with 3 items on KT. but T1 have so many weapons looking to kill that Smolder.
Feels so difficult now for KT. Feels like they're forced on the back foot. If T1 don't overplay their hand, KT always forced to respond.
Dragon 2 minutes.
For T1 in touching distance.
Dude,
Once
you have
again,
3 items on
2016,
Gluma.
2017 they were denied.
That
Denied
MF ulti's gonna hit like a
But now
truck.
this lineup, with Doran subbing in this year, on the cusp of making history. And it's Doran again who has been the center of attention in this crucial game on the Camille. 3.5K individual lead.
They started it.
For T1.
They don't want to get poked down by Ziggs here. Ziggs is going to do a lot of damage here. Oh, why did Faker go in? Oh, okay, that's failed ulti out of Leona. They catch Doctom? He's dead. He's dead. Oh, he missed Q. He's dead. He's dead. They're diving. Doran? Oh my god, he couldn't kill BDD. What? Oh. Yo, this game, bro. Are you kidding me, bro?
There's no way with Smolder alive. I don't think you can get away with it. And yes, they get Doctom. But all that KT want to do is stall. Carry has engaged, doesn't hit the mark immediately, and Doctom stalls for a good
Owner
amount
missed
of
his
time.
Q right here. I thought Doctom almost got away.
Owner's able
Because
to
Flash
take
was
him
coming
down,
up too.
but it's an
Flash was literally like 1
overextension on the
millisecond.
flip side.
Right here. How did this go
T1
so
just
bad,
lit.
man?
They go under tower here. Doran
He was
can't
1 HP.
just
Like we
barely
didn't have
cannot
Guma.
finish
Guma
off
was kind of
BDD.
split. He wanted to help over by
KT
Doctom
needed a
fight.
miracle. T1
So he was like halfway to both fights.
It is again all eyes on BDD because who else could it be? 3,000 individual gold lead, has crossed the stack threshold. He is the threat that T1 must reckon with in the fights to come, even with the massive lead they still hold.
And now he has Flash to play with, the ability to outplay. See if he can do it.
I don't want to be disingenuous. It has not been the story of this Worlds, but it has been the story of this year for KT. This gold graph right here is something that any KT fan has watched throughout, and when all is on the line, it might have to be BDD that carries them over again. I'm looking at Doran, he doesn't have Flash, but if he can get a node onto BDD, that could be enough to win the game. KT could choose not to fight here, but it looks like they're going
KT could choose not to fight. I mean, you have a Smolder that's stacked up. I think you want to fight, bro.
They went for 2
I think you want to fight if you're KT.
and they paid the price.
Especially if you get positional advantage at the dragon, you can just zone them from entering the pit with your Ziggs.
the other player to keep your eye on as well.
Oh my god, but Doran. Wait, he actually might die here. He might die. He gets his ulti off though. He got his ulti off. Oh my god, double kill for Guma, bro. BDD's dead. Oh my god. Guma did so much damage with his ulti. T1's gonna do it again, bro. T1 is gonna win Worlds again. Look at Carrier in the cam, bro. Serious face. Not phased. Look at Guma's ulti right here. Look at Guma's ulti. Ready? Look at that. The Ziggs and the Nautilus were caught in it, and the Yorick. And BDD just dead. What are you supposed to do with 3 champions diving you right there? God damn.
Actually, they ran straight to Baron. I'm sure they got Dragon with that. They're not wasting any time here.
9,000 gold. See what they can do with the Red Bull Baron power play. KT, they dug deep on the top side, punished T1. for splitting their focus, but in that last fight, you can see that even if the top side fumbles for a moment, Guma still demands that respect.
Guma Yushi. What a game. What a series it has been. And T1 will clean up that dragon as well. The leftovers.
Tasty snack for T1. For KT, the item finishes few and far between. A couple of components for Dom. But we get into the point where I don't even know if they have the damage, even if they're able to absorb that initial engage. I think BDD might be able to get his IE. T1 though, they're looking to secure.
Damn, they're already pushing up.
Finals win in a row.
They don't want to give BDD the time to get that.
Guma does so much damage,
don't have
bro.
the luxury of defensive items either for their key carries.
It's crazy,
Redemption,
like,
really all they have to protect
the attack speed steroid you get from MFW is pretty strong, man. You do not need to build any attack speed items.
Doran really cannot be contested by anything more than the entire force of KT.
And T1 just have so many forms of engage. Even with Doran getting stuffed in the last one, Keria finding those KT carries and allowing T1 to take them down. There's just too many weapons and the map is too open now. KT are boxed into their own territory.
So now if I'm T1, we're recalling going straight to top.
A comeback at this
and then we have Supers pushing bot, and then we just push top with Baron. You
You
could send Camille bot, or you could send even Pantheon bot, because they both have, well, Camille doesn't have TP anymore, but you want to see someone has a TP or a global to the bot side, or mid. And pressure them Nexus towers, you know?
The potential, the tiniest glimmer of hope still lives on as long as their Nexus stands.
And all's on the line. T1, they can smell the weakness. 11k gold now. The Baron siege continues. And they will not be denied unless KT pull out an absolute miracle. I think we're seeing Owner looking for an ult angle, sitting in that jungle, but even with the wave clear of Ziggs and Smolder, it's tough to hold on.
Doran,
oh my god, Doran's just going in. Doran! Huh?
And the ulti manages to connect from Dom.
Slow it down, bro. Calm it down. What are you doing? What was he doing right there, bro?
A bigger glimmer of hope.
There is
Homie's crazy. At the end
of the tunnel. KT, they buy some more time.
Will be the end for now of the push. But it doesn't make
KT was like, slow down, little bro. We ain't out yet. We ain't going home yet, little bro.
It could have been something. At least they only lost a single inhib. That's something. And Cloud Soul going over makes the game very hard to play out. But there could have been. It could have been worse. You know, I'm really stretching it here, guys. I'm normally great at finding angles.
Doran's going on some fun journeys.
Yeah, you know, normally we talk about not getting excited for KT. We're way past that. They're in finals. But Doran might have to chill a little bit.
He's a player, though, that you have to love in these moments.
You do.
The Krug Lord. You have to embrace it. You have to laugh with him.
It's very true.
And at him.
And despite the fumbles, all of the fights that have gone well from the side of T1 have involved Doran in some way or another. Guma also the backup point. That MF ult. 4.5 items for Guma means it's still a terrifying threat. And KT will need to make a stand.
It's so hard, though, because, like, who do you actually focus? There's Faker, who has stopwatch. Galio is just naturally tanky, level 18 as well. It is just Guma, right? Like, that's the only one, but he has not been in a position for you to engage on.
You could engage on Doran, maybe.
Well, okay. In a scenario where Doran is with the rest of the team, I feel like you shouldn't be able to come in with hook shot and ult. I know what we've been witnessing.
100%.
Okay, but I mean,
value.
in a theoretical world where that doesn't happen.
True.
It's a TP ward there.
Push mid lane, well highlighted by our observers. Potential for a flank. Perfect and BDD as well as Dom do have access to that TP, although I imagine only Perfect will be looking to make the flank.
And I do seem to recall.
Got the dog freaking out. He wants T1 to win.
I think this was Hanwha, and that one did go to 60 minutes. I'm just saying, we might only be halfway there. You know, we don't know. Is it likely? No. But it could happen again.
Let's,
2 times in a row.
let's start the countdown now, shall we?
Yeah.
All right, 25 minutes away, 26 minutes away from a 60-minute game.
All they need is to get a, actually see the lines. So you steal with Doc Domzerl, the Baron. That gives you the stall. And then you flip Elder and you win.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, the good news for KT is, aside from that pipe dream, they do have Seekers on
Just
BDD.
optimistic.
Aside from that blinding optimism. But now they have to face check into the darkness. They see Dorn in the mid lane at the very least. They see Faker. But again, if they overcommit to this play, double TPs are there. Owner semi-global is there. They could just look to end. So Perfect has been called back as T1 looks set to get the soul.
And T1 also have the luxury. They could just look for the fight if they wanted to.
Oof, they got soul. Now you gotta deal with Cloud Soul, GG.
Empowered. Gonna be that much faster, have that much more access to their ultimates. And I don't think they're
running straight to the Baron.
Faker, Dorn, or Owner now that they have a Cloud Soul empowering.
Honestly, I would keep Faker mid. Have him push out the waves. Then just follow up with ulti if KT tries to contest his Baron. But it should be T1's Baron. 10k gold lead.
We're gonna need to see a beautiful engage as Doc Dom just now hit his third item. It's BDD with a stopwatch and a dream, wanting to keep that goal of making the World's Finals win a reality, but I think you guys are justifiably calling me out. It still doesn't really feel that likely.
And yet it didn't feel likely before when T1 split their attention.
That's true.
BDD was able to find the kill. So it's not over till it's over. But now with the Baron spawning.
But it's scary to do this Baron versus Smolder Ziggs.
That make this so hard is immediately going to kick things off by going in on Cuz, taking away the Frost Armor.
356 stacks. Oh my god, Cuz. Alright, MF ult is wasted, low key. You forced them out, but now you don't have the MFR. Here comes Pantheon ult. Oh my god. Oh my god. GG. BDD's already crying. BDD's already crying. Oh my god. Yo, Owner did so much damage on BDD. Doc Don's also crying. They're so sad. I feel it, bro. I feel KT's pain, man. They were so close. I would smash everything right there, bro.